Hello, everybody. How's it going? So, tonight we will be doing the Woocash Kumite. What's going on is we had a great time at EVO, and at EVO we had a Kumite for two people, Dr. Stormlocke, which I've already done the video for that one, and Woocash. Both were awesome. Stormlocke's was a little bit more awesome because Woocash kicked all of our asses. but so it was more close calls, I guess, during Dr. Stormlocke. But there were still some really good matches here, so you'll get to see this. Woocash is just too good. Not to spoil anything, but before we get started, let me just talk about a couple things real quick on if you're interested in getting into Guilty Gear or anything like that. I do want to pimp our Discord. You can easily find the Discord by just doing !Discord in the chat. And this will get you links to our Discord. With the Discord, we understand that Guilty Gear overall plus R is a hard game to learn, and we want to help you get over that learning curve. So with that, we've got tools of not just helpful players with like a list of who you can ping if you have any questions that like people volunteer to be helpful for it. We also update the wiki all the time with a chat on how to update the wiki and what we've got in there, what our progress is. We try and help organize locals across the United States and Canada to help you guys find out where you can go and meet other people. We do online meetups as well for things like that as well. The Switch version has some really great netcode compared to the previous versions, especially if you got an Ethernet cable. So things are looking up. We're doing 5-6 majors a year, and this game's really been picking up a lot. It's definitely a great time to play the game. And it's not going slow. It's not going to keep going slow, even though the new Guilty Gear is coming out, because we're really pushing this whole thing and just going forward with this game. It's the third strike of Guilty Gear. That's how I see it. We already did the Stormlocke Kumite. If you're watching this right now, instead of on a VOD, the video is not up, but it will be up tonight. So you'll be able to see it soon. But you will be able to see the all of the EVO footage. All the EVO footage is there except for the Guilty Gear plus R 12 to 8, I think. That was from Dark and Dark, so I need to double check if that's in his video or not. But once I've got this Kumite and Dr. Stormlocke's Kumite uploaded, I will make a playlist with all of the EVO footage. And for now, what I'm doing is I'm streaming every Tuesday and every Thursday to kind of catch up with everything. Normally, I just do streams every Thursday for our local recordings for our local tournaments. But I'm just kind of catching up with EVO. There will be next Tuesday our Guilty Gear 1 tournament. So a lot of people have been asking me for that. I have the VOD. We got a local recording of it. We never streamed it. I wanted to give it its rightful place in amazing awesomeness that it was. So we will be putting it up here with commentary for Guilty Gear 1. I'm going to try and get more people than just myself for that one as well. And then, like I said, every Thursday we're doing local recording, or we're doing streams for our local tournaments. So keep in touch for that kind of stuff. I usually post everything on Twitter, so you can see everything from there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. One more thing before I start. You gotta stay hydrated. It's been very, very hot lately. Staying hydrated is important. That's why I've got my energy drink. Energy drinks are scientifically proven to keep you more hydrated than water. That's a fact. So, what I think I might start doing, because I've got some sort of, I don't know, some kick lately with energy drinks, and especially for keeping up, I'm doing a lot of talking and this kind of stuff, is I think I'm going to start just picking out new random energy drinks and let you know how I think about them, and if they're any good or not. This is NOS. This is usually what I drink. Either choose another flavor or a different type of energy drink altogether. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get this started. I'll drink this throughout the night. I've also got water. Water's important too. So on the left, we've got Dr. Stormlocke, and on the right, we've got Woocash. This was on the coattails of the last Kumite. So we did Dr. Stormlocke first, and we did Woocash afterwards. Dr. Stormlocke had to get going, so we did his match against Woocash first before Stormlocke had to leave. This is kind of a rematch. And if you remember what happened, the last Kumite with Dr. Stormlocke, Stormlocke beat Woocash, or sorry, Stormlocke lost to Woocash 1-3. And so here we've got an instant rematch right afterwards where they're fighting each other. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so for those of you not too familiar with Anji, he is a very, very specific character. You have to know how to fight against Anji. If you don't, you're going to have a bad time. So Anji has a whole bunch of guard points. What that means is during his move inputs, he has moves that... That's loud. I think it's fine for you guys, but on my end, it was just like a whole bunch of explosions, which is very Guilty Gear. So he, on a lot of his moves, he has certain hitboxes in there where if you hit him during those boxes, he can press a button, or it doesn't hit him at all, it does a guard, and he can press a button to follow up and do a follow-up attack. Like you just saw right there, he hit him right through the fan. And it's important to know what those are. From what I understand, they are either mid or low. And mid includes high. So they're either mid and high or low. And it's important to know which one's which, because they're going to start doing stuff on you. He does have fewer low attacks that have guard points than he does mid and high. But if an Anji sees you doing a lot of lows to get around that, he's going to start switching. So you got to know at least which lows exist, and you can kind of fill in the blanks with everything else once you know what all the lows are. So you saw right there, he still didn't get hit with his burst because he was doing his move with a guard point through it. So Woocash is still kicking some ass right here. Man, that's going to hurt. Woocash had this round so far. Look at that. Oh my god. Stormlocke might win this one. There we go. Oh! Oh! So close there. Stormlocke really almost had that. I know, right? You ready to get Woocashed? So, one of Anji's most important moves is called Fujin. That's the move where you see him go wah, forward. You know, he's doing like a forward attack. We call it a horizontal dragon punch because of the way the invincibility in it works. However, Fujin has a follow-up, and so if you understand how the follow-up works, you can understand how to punish him afterwards. Because with a normal dragon punch, you could just punish somebody for blocking it. But because he's got those follow-ups, it makes it even harder for you to punish him. So it's important to know all of Fujin's follow-ups and how you can counter those. Without that kind of knowledge, and without knowledge of which guard points are low, you are not going to be able to beat Anji. At least on a tournament setting. Okay, good explosion there from the self-destruct. Setting up a mat and doing a laugh at the same time to make sure he gets a ton of meter. Does a Fujin force break follow-up. Oh, misses the on, which is the ground to air throw that Anji's able to do. Or pronounced on in Japanese. Okay, Robo-Ky getting some more meter here. Building a lot of stuff up. Goes for self-destruct. Does a guard cancel to get out? Oh, that was an interesting dizzy. He's not getting... Oh, just barely hit him with the explosion. I thought he wasn't going to hit him with that. There's a laugh after a mat. According to Mike Z, it's the best super in the game. Not really. It's an inside joke about that. Where Woocash was doing that against Mike, and it ended up winning well. Because Mike was doing Gigantor, which is the Aegis Reflector type of move, but it doesn't actually reflect. And let me update the scores here. And so normally that's a pretty good move for just beating most characters. But the Anji super that goes above it just goes right around the Aegis Reflector part of it. So if he's going to do a Gigantor because he's trying to beat you from it, then it just goes right around it. It doesn't work on Anji. So Mike, in jest, was saying, hey, that's the best super in the game, just because it beats him. See, there was another guard point right there. He hit him low, and he was able to do the follow-up low. Yeah, he just gets hit right out of explosion there. Robo-Ky 5K is the bane of my existence. My least favorite move, or normal, in the game. Hate Robo-Ky 5K. Spamming it. Getting the laugh for some more meter. He ends up guard pointing through it. That's a setup you often see a lot of Anjis go for. They'll do like a Fujin, and then after that they'll do the follow-up where they jump around. And when they do that, they'll also try and do some sort of throw. Now, Anji's butterfly, it has a follow-up on block where it comes back down. But don't be confused. A lot of people do this, where if it's a blue butterfly, it just hits mid when it's falling back down. The force break version is the one that does an overhead. So Anji can actually do an overhead low unblockable setup with the force break version, but it won't happen if he's doing the normal one. I see a lot of people, they start blocking mid against that blue butterfly follow-up, and they get hit low. That's another point there for Stormlocke. Okay, Woocash going through. Woocash just kind of fishing for some hits there. Good low block on there from Stormlocke. Stuck in the corner here, not a good spot to be. Woocash goes for the overhead. And so Robo-Ky gets hit with the follow-up on the butterfly. Oh, missed with the throw. I guess that's throw-in ball. Anji takes that round with a good Fujin follow-up. Going back for some 5Ks. 5K hits low, and it's close enough where it looks like it's going to throw. And you can't throw an opponent, or you can't throw tech if it's a low attack. And most people are saying, why the hell are you going for a throw tech in Guilty Gear, Nathan? That's dumb. But I like to live dangerously. So Robo-Ky is one of the few characters that has a delayed wake up, where he can just decide to wake up later than normal. I mean, most people, you know, they have jobs to go to, but Robo-Ky is able to wake up late. The other character is Bridget. Bridget can do a delayed wake up, because Bridget actually puts out a yo-yo, and that yo-yo summon is a delayed wake up in itself. Gets hit with a follow-up into another combo there. Pretty good combo after the conversion from that. Another one here. He went for the low. Really setting him up there. Thought that was going to be an overhead, but it wasn't. Yeah, man, just stuck in the corner. Anji gets a perfect on him. So that is a 2-2 at this point. Again, Kumite's, we're going for 3 out of 5 for all of these opponents. Just pulling this up here. Oh, Woocash went for the respect. Now, the respect looks like it's an overhead. So you see him actually put his fan out. Put his fan out like that. And, ooh, missed on the force break on. Very close there. Delayed wake up there from Robo-Ky. Ends up doing a pretty... Yeah, there we go. Lost a round there. Last round here. If Woocash wins this round, he's going to take it against Stormlocke. But yeah, Anji's respect move has a very similar look to the overhead. There you go. And you can cancel out of respect into any move. So actually it would be faster than if he did like a whiffed overhead input. And that's it. Woocash takes it 3-2. So let's see what we're going up next here. So we're switching sides now. Woocash is going to be on the left the whole time. Just doing a button check here. So next match is going to be WingZero. Here we go, Wing. This is the one you were looking for. Let's go ahead and update the scores and everything here. Okay, Wing getting caught up in the corner there. Gets hit with an overhead orb into a Roman cancel. Orb is a very tricky move to get through. So regarding Anji, I believe Anji won EVO 2018. Anji is a very strong character on his own. He's not in the top tier range, but this game has a good enough tier list where really like the best character would be a B tier in like any other game. So you can win with pretty much any character. Personally, I feel like Anji is kind of secret top tier, but that's because the way I fight is the way Baiken fights. And I'm trying not to be specific for Baiken, but Baiken likes to challenge your poke with her own poke, and Anji doesn't have a lot of, like, he's got really strong buttons. So if I'm trying to beat you, Anji might beat me without a lot of like knowledge regarding the matchup. So if what you're looking at is like normals versus normals, Anji beats a lot of characters. And also, it's a kind of character where you really got to know how to fight against them. There's two important things to learn against Baiken or against Anji. The two most important things is you want to know what move has a guard point that has low, which ones have guard points that are low. If you do, then you can start attacking lows, because everything else you can kind of fill in the blanks as they are going to be medium or high. And the other one is you want to know how to deal with Fujin, because Anji's going to use Fujin a lot. And Fujin is like a horizontal Dragon Punch. So you'll see that right there was a Fujin. And so if Fujin has its own follow-up moves, if you know how to deal with all of Fujin's follow-ups, then you can know how to punish him. But like any Dragon Punch, even if it's a horizontal Dragon Punch, if you block it, you should be able to punish. But because it has those follow-ups, you need to know how to deal with those follow-ups in order to punish it. So you know how to punish Fujin, and you know which guard points are low, and that's the general start to learning how to fight Anji. But he's a very tough character to learn against. He goes for those throw setups too, you gotta be ready for those. But that's kind of just general, like, oh hey, you see Slayer dashes at you, and Slayer can do that kind of stuff too. The first point here goes to Woocash. Bad burst, and Wing kind of punishes off of it, but didn't get too much off of it. Now, both of these players, WingZero and Johnny, both got top 8. Or sorry, not Johnny, WingZero and Anji, which is Woocash, both got top 8. There was a funny interaction after this Kumite, where WingZero really wanted to fight more of Woocash's Anji, because we don't really have a strong Anji in SoCal. And so he fought Woocash, and Woocash picked Baiken. WingZero's like, please play Anji. He's like, I want to know the Baiken Johnny match. And WingZero's like, yeah, but I want to know the Johnny Anji match. And so they didn't really do a 1st to 10, but they fought an equivalent amount of matches for a 1st to 10. And it wasn't pretty. And there was a lot of funny comments regarding that, which I've already spoken about in Discord and so on. That Fujin is so strong, you gotta know how to deal with it and how to punish Fujin. Fujin has a lot of invincibility, but if you can block it and you know how to punish the follow-ups, then you're able to deal with it. Okay, next point here goes to Woocash. He's now at 2-0 against WingZero. He's going for those overheads. That's nice. Those throw mix-ups. Some good instant blocking there a little bit from WingZero, but man, he is just locked down. That's perfect. Man, it's painful. He's just blocking in the corner and he can't get out. There we go. See, he was able to punish the follow-up, but he wasn't really able to get any sort of combo off of it. It was very risky hitting like that because he could have guard pointed at that point and did the follow-up. Here we go. Nice follow-up from the guard point. That was a respect. So that was what I was talking about, the respect mix-up. Is he doing a respect or is he doing an overhead? And again, you can cancel respect into another move. You can cancel out of respect. I love flashy jump dust moves in this game, like jump dusts that kind of keep you floating in the air a little bit more, or do some sort of other kind of technique. There's a lot of really good ones in this one, and Anji's has a delay fall down kind of effect to it. Wasn't quite able to get a killing combo. Good block into a throw. You know, I see a lot of what Wings tends to do if he ends up getting the opponent bursts and he wants to punish them, but he wasn't able to go for a burst throw, is he'll throw them when they land. Now, when an opponent bursts, they're vulnerable on land. You can start a whole combo, and yeah, they won't be able to tech a throw. I don't think you can even tech a throw on a burst recovery because you're in the middle of recovering a move. But still, you know, you're not going to get as good of a follow-up if you go for a throw than you would if you get an attack. I don't know what WingZero, why he does that. It's probably just kind of, you know, we all have our habits, and that just might be something from him. But WingZero gets a point there. Good block on the burst there. This is bad because we saw Wing lose earlier when he was just stuck in the corner and he didn't really have a way of getting out. And so, like I said, if you're not too familiar with the Anji matchup, like a lot of us in SoCal aren't, it's just hard to get out of that corner. And Woocash is a very, very good, strong player. He's gonna use all that to his advantage. Oh, is it based on level? Because again, I just see I see you doing it, and like I said, you know, it could just be something you're not really thinking about. But you go for like throw on just them landing down. I bet you'd be able to do some sort of combo that do a little bit more damage than just a throw. Well, so I don't think, yeah, Johnny can't combo after a ground throw, right? I know he can combo after an air throw, but he can't do a combo after ground throw. All right, and so Woocash here ends up getting 3 points, 3-1. But the point is, I think you're talking about like Johnny's throw being heavily prorated. I think every single throw in the game is exactly 50% proration. I don't think there's any difference on that at all. Even if it's an air throw or if it's a ground throw. That's what I recall. I could be wrong. Okay, so we got another person coming up next. He's doing a button check. Well, let me take a look at comments a little bit here while we're doing this. Okay, so next up we have Woocash versus Mr. 2. Okay, Mr. 2 trying to jump out from the beginning. I can't imagine that Justice is a strong matchup against Anji. I just don't know how it's presented, like what type of tools Anji's able to do to get around. Anji has the force break butterflies went all the way through the bombs. That's interesting. Anji, I think, is the only character in the game with a diagonal super jump. Like that right there. Diagonal super jump is something you see a lot in Third Strike. It's also in Melty Blood. And diagonal super jump is pressing down, back, into up, forward, where you carry your horizontal momentum a lot further that way. Wasn't quite able to get a combo there into on like he was looking for. Nice backwards Michael Sword combos designed to get Anji in the corner there. Not an easy feat to do, but you see a lot of higher level Justices doing that. Man, didn't play around. He was poking out of there. He didn't want to be in that setup. That's good. You want, as Justice, you want to control the match. All right, first point there for Mr. 2. So yeah, Baiken's pretty bad against Justice. Not one of her worst matches. Her worst matches would be, of course, Potemkin and Johnny. But, like I said, it looks like he's got some pretty good tools to get around Justice here. He's got the Force Break Butterfly. It looks like his guard points work against Justice Bombs, so that's good. Not everything like that works against Justice Bombs. They're kind of a unique type of projectile. He's also got that diagonal super jump to get around. On setup into a butterfly. Ooh, that crossed up. That was pretty neat. Another on. Just needs one tap, and Anji's going to win this. Ooh, nice superior trance. There we go. Anji gets that round. Okay, sets up some really heavy damage on there. You know, when you've got meter against Justice, you got to be really careful that you don't lose that meter, because if that's the only way where you can get around Justice Bombs, then you always want to make sure you're saving that 25% meter to get around. Wow, nice attack on Fujin there. Delayed Fujin follow-up, just hoping that he would attack in between. Doesn't quite hit with the force break on there. Nice Michael Sword. Interesting move, too. It's important if you're fighting Justice that you learn the hitbox distance on his Michael Swords, or her Michael Swords. Because the visual effect looks like, you know, it travels the entire screen. But it does have a set hitbox. And so it's not obvious where it is. So go into training mode and practice that and find out how close you can get. And once you're familiar enough with it, you can just kind of... They'll do Michael Sword and you're just going to get around it. Oh, he was going for a 5D, but Justice ended up throwing out of it. Justice does have full meter, so he's going to be able to follow his defense block for a long time there, but still ends up getting hit. Woocash takes this point, so it's now 1-1. Pardon me here. You don't need to hear me below my nose. Alright, so it's 1-1 here. Justice, Mr. 2, keeping trying to keep some good distance, but man, Anji's movement in the air like that with that super jump is really good. Good position on that. Ooh, just a super to get out through there. Nice. I always forget which one's Michael Sword and which one's Michael Blade. So I just say like one of them's Michael Sword and the other one's Force Break Michael Sword. Okay, good positioning here by Mr. 2. Ooh, that follow-up. Yeah, ends up attacking through Fujin. Nice setup here. Getting some good bombs. Trying to cover that super jump distance. But Anji able to just kind of find just the right spot to get through. And ends up doing Superior Trance to finish that off. Oh, super, not Force Break. My apologies. How's it going, Juno? You know, one person I missed at EVO who wasn't there at all was Omega Tom Hanks. You know, I'm used to seeing him at like every major, so it's just kind of weird that he wasn't there. That's one of the major Potemkin players. I mean, Mike Z never goes to EVO. There's a whole backstory regarding Skullgirls for that one, which we can talk about at a later date, but... So what you'll see with Michael Sword is it's kind of a move designed to give you distance. Like you see that right there, just Michael Swords and then Anji's pushed all the way to the end. But if you do the combos right, you can kind of bounce them off of the edge and then where they land back on top of you. I don't know if that's necessarily good or not, but the combos are designed that way so you can kind of choose it based on how you're doing things. But the Michael Sword itself is really good again for getting people knocked at a far distance. Wasn't quite able to kill from that combo, but gets another round here. Stop. Yeah, well, you gotta know what to mash against Anji. If you smash wildly against Anji, you're gonna lose. I love On. That's one of my favorite moves from Anji. It's just like, whoop. Goes and grabs him. See right there, poke. You gotta stop poking unless you know exactly what you're doing. It's not as simple as, hey, he's got a frame trap or anything like that. Like, you could just attack him and just get hit through it. I love On. Like, some of my favorite combos are like where in the same combo you On like twice. See that? It's like, oh, so cool. And then there's Force Break On too. Yeah, that's a good point there. He's kind of worried for the burst. Woocash ends up taking it 3-1 against Mr. 2. We're going to queue up the next match here and see who we've got. So again, for those of you who didn't hear it when I started the stream, next week on Tuesday, we'll be streaming Guilty Gear 1, the Guilty Gear 1 tournament that we had, which was amazing. Absolutely amazing tournament, and we'll probably never have it again. It was definitely something. But you won't want to miss that. It's gonna be something special. in the wrongest kind of special. So right now we have DQRF. DQRF decided to play Cliff for the most part. He didn't choose Cliff the entire EVO. It's more like he chose Cliff until he got serious near the end. Because you do see him playing Soul in top 8 matches. GG1's wild. We had a GG1 tournament at EVO, and it was some new kind of stupid. It was something completely different. Yeah, it's no surprise that Soul won the tournament. But for the GG1 tournament, we did allow all boss characters. Look at that cleaver slap. We allowed all boss characters, including Baiken. Yeah, it wasn't streamed. It was just one of the few things we didn't stream, but I did locally record the whole thing. So next Tuesday, 1 week from now, I'll be premiering it on this channel, and I'll be commentating on that as well. I'm gonna try and get some more of the SoCal people here, so we can all kind of chat and make it more of an event. So yeah, more than just me commentating it on microphone. He didn't do that one.
Here comes Daredevil.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Phantom Lion. Here we go. Looks like Cliff is just about getting dizzied. The worst super for Cliff ends up working out for him into a throw kill. Nice one, DQRF there. It's 1 point here. I don't know what it is, my allergies or something, but I am sneezing up a storm here. DQRF's already got full meter from a gold burst. Now see, DQRF seems to know something about this matchup. He is waiting on when to do like attacks, because he knows like when he can and can't attack Anji. So DQRF does have the knowledge here, it looks like. I haven't really seen him get hit with too many guard points at this point. Some fancy combos there. I don't see those too much from DQRF's Cliff. Nice block on that cross up there. Ends up drilling all the way through that super, or through the Fugen. Nice setups here from DQRF. Going for the same thing, just keeps going for those sweeps. Nice downward spike there. That is going to be a, there we go, 1-1 at this point. Okay, and DQRF gets dizzied, not in a good position, stuck in the corner. I think this combo might kill him. Oh, but it didn't follow through with the combo, so. There we go. Anji ends up winning that one there. So one thing to keep in mind is any character with a hop dash in this game does have a wave dash variant. So you see how Johnny does that force break, or force false defense bubble to kind of wave dash forward. Not only can Johnny do that, but Cliff can do that as well. So any character with a hop dash. Which, you know, I say any character with a hop dash instead of me saying both characters with a hop dash, because there's actually one character people don't think about that also has a hop dash, and that's Gold Potemkin. Gold Potemkin also has a hop dash, and he can do it. So one thing to think about, that would have been a nice combo. One thing you might not know about with Cliff is when Cliff does that dodge where he goes away like that, he is throwable in that dodge, but he can cancel it into that attack at any point. I believe that attack is not throwable. However, he has no recovery on it. It's a 0 frame, so as soon as he gets back from dodge, he can block again. So it's not going to be like, oh, he's got, you know, a frame or two of recovery. So if you attack him during the dodge near the end of it, you're going to hit him. No, he's got the full, you know, blocking immediately after that. So he's going to be pretty safe on that. and DQRF ends up getting another point. It's 2-1 DQRF. Cliff's a very hard character to deal with. Hey, just a lot of people forget about Potemkin dashing, so DQRF started the round again with a gold burst so he can get that full meter, but he hasn't used any of it yet. Nice Roman cancel. I'm not sure if he could have punished that drill. That drill's not very easily punishable. Keeps going for those 2Ds. Went for a 5D, but Anji ended up blocking, or bursting. One thing, if you want to start kind of just feeling against Anji, do a lot more lows. And so you see him, Cliff is really good at long range lows, and that's going to screw up Anji hard. Like that move right there, what is that, 2S? Where he's just kind of just stabbing forward. That's a low. It doesn't look like a low at all. So it's going to beat a lot of Anji's moves that have guard points because they don't have guard points low. Oh, Cliff broke his back. Ooh, not quite getting a gold burst again. Oh, it wasn't quite a combo. It looked like it was a good combo setup. I'm not too familiar with Cliff's combos, though. So look at that, those lows right there. Oh, Anji able to backdash out of that. Like I said, the trick to Anji, if you're not familiar with it, just attack their feet. Eventually, Anji's will kind of notice it, but it's kind of the general rule because they're a lot less. They have far fewer tools that work well against low attacks. Okay, so that was Woocash who got a point there. It's now 2-2 at this point. Maybe I meant 2H, the one where he just kind of attacks forward like that. I don't know the buttons. I know them like, oh, I see this input and that's a low kind of thing. That's one thing too. Cliff has a really strong air throw. I forget if it's, I mean, it's not faster because all throws are the same speed, but it's got to have a longer distance or something like that. I remember hearing as one of the strongest air throws. Ends up attacking during a Fujin follow-up that has the guard point, so he ends up getting hit through that. Going for another gold burst. He keeps doing that a lot. Stuck in the corner, able to get a throw to get further forward. Seems to turn the tables here. Not looking good for Woocash. Ooh, didn't get the follow-up, but that's another round there for DQRF. This is the last round. If DQRF wins this, if either of them win this round, they win against each other in the Kumite. Stuck in the corner there, not in a good position, and Cliff also does not have good defense. So those hits are going to hurt a lot more than against most other characters. Cliff again has the fourth worst defense in the game. He is ahead of Biken, Melia, and Chip in that order. So Woocash ends up taking it 3-2, so score another point there on the tally for Woocash. You guys have to give me a minute. My roommate said that he needs to swap cars. So give me 1 sec. We have this tandem parking. It sucks. Don't get tandem parking. So I'm gonna put up my placeholder here, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So let me catch up on chat here real quick. The whole character is gold bursting, huh? Okay. Right, so you're exactly right. Anji has no low auto guard option out of Fujin, so that's how you have to follow up with him. You see me stuff him, or stuff Anji specifically a lot with that. How's it going, Sinkadoos? Good to see you again. So up next, we have another match incoming here. In time, we'll drink some water. Alright, so it looks like we have Woocash versus Mike Z here going on. WingZero might know what that stands for. I don't know if WingZero's in chat right now or not. But Sinkadoos is asking what DQRF stands for. So no, it's not Mike Z. It is, in fact, Wah. So Woocash versus CFG. We'll see how this one goes. Dairy Queen really free. There we go. Oh, that was a nice setup there. You see me really punishing those Fujins. I finally got hit by one when I was trying to poke against him. Ooh, I thought I heard him poke. Uh-oh, don't lose this, don't lose this, no! No, man, I had it. I had it. There were some extra confirms in there, which were setups that I wasn't too familiar with. So I kind of guessed with a lot of it. Didn't think I'd get meter, so I was going for that, which was kind of more of a frame trap move. Just threw him right out of Fujin. That's the setup. Yeah, I went for a wake up 6H. Not good against Anji. There we go. Got a round off of him. I wanted to do that setup because I was kind of a little bit concerned that he might tech out of it, and so I wanted a tech throw option. That burst was just to keep him in the corner there. Man, I did that 2D just to beat his Fujin, which would have worked, but just the timing was wrong. I thought that was going to cross me up, but it didn't cross me up. Oh, the follow-up didn't hit. Oh, man. Baku's so bad. 1 point there for Woocash. So this was the Kumite that we had at EVO. We had 2 Kumites this year. Last year we only did 1. This year we did 2. We had one for Dr. Stormlocke, which I showcased here last week. And this is the Kumite for Woocash afterwards. For Woocash we had 10 people. Everything is 3 out of 5, and don't believe WingZero, by the way, Sinkadoos. It's not Dairy Queen really free. it's a typo for Dorf. That's what it's from. See, I wasn't expecting that that Tatami mat to hit. Nice. A little early on the close slash. I think I was expecting a far slash, not a close slash. I don't know what I was thinking there. I blocked the right direction. I must not have blocked high on that. I thought for sure he was going to expect me to do that Oren. Ah. I was blocking the right way that whole time. That was scary. So overall, you know, I don't think I'm doing bad against Woocash. I'm losing, but I'm not doing bad against him. Into the right follow-up after that, after his follow-up. Ooh. That was a little closer for that gold burst. That wasn't a good round, though. So one more point there for Woocash. Did some good damage on me. Ooh, I didn't do the follow-up. Also just missed it. That was a good burst, because it got me in the right position that I needed to be. Ooh, that didn't quite follow up and hit. Ooh, that's good. That's going to be good. Nice, solid combo after all of that. Oh, man. That's going to be death. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I was worried he was going to burst right there. So I kind of delayed a little bit. Good backdash on that. I get the full combo off of a throw. See, I was expecting him to do some sort of follow-up, so I did a Roman cancel after that. Now he just jumped just past me when I was doing that follow-up on that. Oh, that was supposed to be an IAD taught to me, but you know, if you suck at inputs, that's what happens. I think overall I'm playing really well, even though I've lost every game so far, not every round. Didn't get a follow-up after that that jump kick. Good burst, good burst. Good 2D. Oh, that's gonna be it right there. Going for that follow-up a little too much there. Woocash ends up winning 3-0 against me. So who's going to be up next here? Let's find out.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
Alright, so up next we've got Tronzilla, another Justice match. So far, Woocash is undefeated. He's beaten every single person. So will Woocash be dethroned by Tronzilla?
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
So Woocash really keeping him in the corner. Missed that on, just barely though. Man, so strong. All the corner setups right there that Woocash was doing. Very good, good presence of mind with all of that. Doesn't quite hit with the on. Knocks him away. Again, Woocash knows that he can do his force break butterfly to go through those bombs. Good superior trance to get out. Ooh, that could have been a good throw. Anji air throw. Oh man, force break on. Another on. That move's so cool. I love it on. Good blocks, but still couldn't quite get all the way through there. Woocash takes the first game here.
Heaven or hell? Duel. One, let's rock.
Keeping him in the corner. Woocash knows Justice can't do much to get out. Especially without meter. You know, there's not going to be a superior trance available. Pretty heavy lockdown right there. And Woocash takes another round. Nice air throw. Or regular throw, sorry. Into a nice setup down there. Trying to go for 2H on that land, but it didn't quite work out. Doesn't get hit with on. Another on attempt. Very neat setup there from Tronzilla. I'm impressed. That's not gonna work. Yep. Ooh, you know, I don't know why that burst was not a bad choice, to be honest, but just that particular move that Woocash did was just outside of burst range. It was like a down low attack. Another point for Woocash, making it 2-0. Interesting counter setup there. Some good air-to-air attacks. You know, Anji's main ability, it is not affected by air attacks, so you can't really do any sort of air guard points. Interesting looking setup there for a cross-up version of that. Nice block on there from Woocash. Tronzilla ends up getting hit again. Good setups in the corner, and it's been really brutal when we see Woocash getting people in the corner and then just not letting them escape. Interesting delayed follow-up on Fujin. He probably was assuming that his opponent was going to do something there. Alright, this looks like it may be it for Tronzilla. Force break on. Not coming a mile away. Put the red butterfly down and get ready for force break on. So it's 3-0 for Woocash. Let's go ahead and update these scores here. So we are currently 6 done out of 10. So there's 4 more opponents. Can anyone take him on? So far, Woocash has not been lost to a single player. Okay, so now we've got Granola. So I would guess that Slayer's actually really good against Anji. Because of what Slayer can do, and especially because of Slayer's lows. Slayers love poking low. And that's going to beat Anji very well. So look at that slide. So you saw Woocash did a slashback, but didn't really help him out. Granola playing very degenerate in the best way possible. Got some good corner setups here going on. Just attacking him through a lot of things. That's so bad. All these Mappa punches and Mappa punch fakes. Look at that damage from that combo. Really solid. Good burst there from Anji. Nice setup into the guard point. Oh, he ends up getting hit from the follow-up behind the screen there, but still not quite able to take it. Granola takes one game here. Alright, Woocash stuck in the corner a little bit, trying to get out. Granola just keeps Mappa punching. So dirty. Granola's so good. Nice follow up there into a death. Another solid Mappa punch. Woocash ends up getting through that first Mappa punch there, or the second one, I mean. Interesting cross-ups there. Going for some throw setups. And keeping him in the corner. It's going to hurt right here. Nice burst block. And Granola takes another game that fast. Really steamrolling Woocash here. He's just kind of standing there ready to gold burst. Ooh. Some interesting stuff here going on. Nice guard point attack from Woocash. Oh, on FRC. Stuck in the corner though against Slayer. Not a good position to be. Man, Granola really could go 3-0 at this point. Just needs one more round. Get some nice setups with undertow. Nice FRC point there. Trying to get Slayer stuck in that corner, but just he's not able to keep control on Slayer here. Good on setup. Another butterfly. Ooh, good read there. Nice backdash on the overhead part of that attack. On and back into the corner. Exactly where he wants his opponents. Another FRC on. Not sure how well it helped, but he was able to get a round off from that. Trying to get some good pressure on him, but Granola's doing some really nice block setups here. Doesn't fall for the comeback part of the butterfly. And those butterfly follow-ups are working really well for Anji at this point. Escapes the corner. He's going to want to do an on combo here to put him back in the corner, but not quite. There we go. Nice setup there with the jump fans. 1 point though there goes to Woocash. Can he come back? What a setup there. Those Slayer combos are always pretty impressive. Good backdash on the slide. Roman cancel into a throw, bite cancel. Just regular throw, not a bite, sorry. One more round here and Slayer takes it. Doing some Stormlockables, the Slayer there. But FRC on the follow-up, because it was not a safe follow-up to do there. Force break Mappa Punch doesn't quite help, but there goes another one. Sorry, not Mappa Punch, but the different kind of force break. The last hit he had to burst. Had to burst that. One final hit, and there we go. Granola takes it. First one to take down Woocash. 3-1. Alright, now next we got Akito. Akito versus Woocash. Akito is a strong Robo-Ky player from SoCal. Got a lot of SoCal people from over at EVO this year. What's kind of neat is, you know, when you think of Guilty Gear, you know, it is actually growing across the U.S., not just in other places. But even in SoCal, where we have the biggest scene, even it's growing there. You know, you wouldn't think like, okay, you know, sure you got your Guilty Gear players, but you're not gonna get more because it's Guilty Gear, right? But no, we're getting more players who just kind of started and fell out of the woodwork, and we just had a tournament recently over at Super Arcade that had 17 entrants for Guilty Gear+R. So we are getting our players. It is a pretty good scene out here, and it's still growing. I think Woocash is just showing off at this point when he's doing on force break or falls defense. FRC, force on FRC. There we go. And his energy drink's not kicking in very well, is it? Anji getting some corner setups. We keep seeing this over and over. Woocash gets in the corner and just dominates them. Crossed up there, getting a perfect against Akito. Yeah, you know, we really could, like, we could get something like 20 plus people for a tournament if we got the majority of people. Really close to like 24, something like that. I mean, come to think about it, I think one of our biggest turnouts we've had was for my Kumite back in March. Well, like that tournament with 17 people that we had, it was missing Quash and Wyvern. So they weren't there. And they've been showing up to a lot more lately. It's also missing DQRF.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Rock.
Nice attack setup there. Again, you see when Woocash gets his opponent in the corner, he's just kind of just really takes control of the whole situation. Not a good position for him to be in. Gonna go for command grab, steal some meter. Ooh, just barely escaped that. First point there goes to Woocash. What happened there? Fiestaman got married. So Fiestaman is a little busy at the moment. He might come back, but I mean he just got married like a month ago. So we haven't really pushed him to come back into the scene. Akito doing a delayed wake up there. Nice setup there with the orb. You know, when you're falling back down, people think you're gonna go at a certain trajectory and then hit low, but you can do a full stop and use the orb there. Ends up being a very good option there for Anji. Good block up setups. Not really challenging anything, but still getting good block strings. Oh, on. I didn't think that was gonna hit. I was just gonna force these right through Fujin. And Woocash gets the second or first game there. Well, I guess this is second game, huh? I just didn't update it again, so it's 2-1 at this point.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Rock.
Oh man, the loud explosions, here we come. Setup there. Akito doing really strong block setups, but oh, it goes for a dragon punch. Very Robo-Ky move to do. Just a random DP. Ends up getting hit out of it. Woocash does an on in order to change direction. Went for 5D, but it didn't work. There we go. Goes for the guard point super. First time we've seen that tonight. Just wanted to kill. Ooh, just out of range from the butterfly. Woocash getting a nice air throw set up there, going into a combo. Attacks from the Fujin follow-up. Be very careful with that. Akito getting some good damage set up there, but he's completely out of meter. Not really able to do much. Good block string again. Akito doing a very good job blocking a lot of stuff. You know, that wasn't easy because he ended up doing force or FRCs and other kind of setup there too to make it seem like, you know, his attack string was over. But Woocash kept going and Akito kept blocking. Nice super DP. Goes for a slide. Again, you want to go for lows against Anji for the most part. Nice DP super. Ooh, went for a command grab. Didn't quite get it because Anji did a backdash. Be very careful here. Nice timing on the tech. And Woocash ends up getting it 3-1. While we're waiting for this next match, you know, don't forget to go on the Discord, guys. We do have a Discord server for GG+R. Let's find it by pressing Discord here. We also have a YouTube channel where we actually upload a whole bunch of YouTube videos for +R right here as well. So you can see and subscribe to those. If you're interested in getting an emote, I do have the bike and facepalm. I am working on more slots for emotes. I have these two emotes also, but they're the higher tier ones, and nobody's gonna go for those. So if you're interested in getting the bike and emote, you can subscribe for that, and you can even subscribe if you got Twitch Prime. You don't have any other subscriptions. I mean Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, you can use it to give one person a subscription every month. And you'd be able to get one of those. So our next point here is going to be Aligari. Update the scores and names here. We only have 2 games left, and Aligari is one of them. So far, only one person has successfully beaten Woocash, and that was Granola. Nice setup there. Aligari getting some good attack setups here. Good instant stop on his movement. FD break. Alright, Aligari getting knocked in the corner. Again, not a good position against Woocash's Anji. Keeps going for those. Just kind of guessed that he would jump, but Aligari didn't jump out. Still ends up getting the round there. Aligari going in for those jump punches. Nice counter with that that H. Good setups. Doing some good FD breaks. And some good block strings there. Aligari is really strong with his block strings. He's really good at FD breaks as well. Doesn't get hit, so good setup there. Yeah, still keeps blocking. Ooh, that's gonna hurt because he got his guard meter cranked up really high. Going on. Nice, nice. Oh, but didn't quite follow after that. Damn. He had full meter for it too. So first point here goes to Woocash. Doing some pokes there, Woocash. Nice follow-up there, but couldn't quite do the combo afterwards. There we go. Oh, Order Soul is a heavy character. He's harder to deal with when you're trying to come up with how far and how fast they're going to land. Level 3 DP. Getting some good setups there. Some force break challenges going on. Aligari didn't fall for the ball, but still ended up getting hit from the ball Roman cancel into low. That's just dirty. Hit with an overhead. Often we've seen that. Nice burst at the end there. Ooh, it was level 3 DP. Gonna hurt. Ooh, I wasn't quite able to get it. Didn't go all the way to the corner. That's definitely something that Anji's going to try and set up and expect for you to do. They do a force break butterfly, the red butterfly, and they expect you to go in the air. So it's very risky to jump over the butterfly because they might just go straight for on, beat you out of it. Don't know what that on was about. Reminds me of Mike Z doing a Heavenly Potbuster just to escape. So he was going into the corner, so it wasn't really very helpful. Now 2-0 for Woocash versus Aligari. Aligari stuck in the corner. Not a good spot to be. Set with an on, but it's going to go the wrong direction. It's the nature of how on works. A nice cross-up setup there, even though it was just part of a combo. Woocash getting around there. Last round here and he wins. I don't know what you mean by free fall. After force break on, what he ended up doing, no, he does stay in the air, but he did force break on Roman cancel a while back, so he did that and then fell and then went and landed and did a low. Okay, Aligari's got 3 levels. This is gonna hurt. It can kill if he can complete the combo. There we go. Gets a round off on him. Nice setups there from Woocash, going for that overhead with the blue butterfly. Goes into a tick throw. Oh, it didn't quite go into another tick throw. Looked like he would have. Nice jump back there. Oh, good dodge on the on there. Block the gold burst. Man, that was such a nasty setup. Just being stuck on the wall. Woocash does not allow any time to breathe. At any point there, I was waiting for that on, but Woocash ends up taking it 3-0. Aligari did not do a bad job. Like me, right? I didn't do a bad job, but I went 3-0. 3-0. Oh god, why? So we got 1 game left. No, I don't think it was a whiff. He did force break or he did a force break on, and he blocked it. Did a Roman cancel, fell down, and then hit low. Oh no, I'm not sure if that's the case, or not. We do have 1 opponent left. If you've been doing your math from the last Kumite into this one, you'll know who that opponent is. But in the meantime, you'll have to kind of wait and see. Justice. Don't pick Justice. Who's this degenerate Justice player here? Doing some button checks. Okay, so we got Woocash versus Honnou. Don't pick Justice. Too many Justices. Thinking about Eno. Alright, Anji versus Eno. We'll see how this plays out. So I don't want to spoil anything for how it's going to work, but after they decided the first 3 out of 5, they decided to go up until first to 5. So they are going to do a 3 out of 5, complete that, and then that's going to be the winner, and then they're going to continue for best first to 5. Bad burst there in the corner. I was going to go for an on there after that attack, but didn't quite get it. Not sure if it would have connected myself, to be honest. Keeping Honnou in the corner. Again, that's where Anji's been just dominating, just keeping them in the corner, locking them down, and killing them. But I wasn't able to get anything off of that. Ooh. Anji escapes, only to jump back in and get hit. Nice air throw. Set up into on, goes for the butterfly on wake up into an overhead. Overhead ended up... Ooh, that's an interesting interaction there. For another on force FRC. Maybe it's an on reaction. You see like, oh, you're trying to do an on, and you think that they're going to jump, but then you realize that they didn't jump, and so you could do an on reaction FRC for it. Maybe that's what he's doing. Counter hit on the Fujin follow-up there. On. Nice throw. Going for a cross up, but Honnou doesn't fall for it. Does that second time though. Ooh, 5D. I'm quite hit with Anji's super. Try to set in some stuff in the corner here. There you go. That's going to take the first game. Ends with the taunt. First point, Woocash. Both of them playing some pretty hot footsies here. Nice counter hit, but Honnou gets a burst. Woocash dashes back in. Ends up doing a guard cancel for the super. Good blocking there by Woocash, but Struck the Big Tree beat Fujin. That's not the same interaction last time. Last time Struck the Big Tree ended up losing to Fujin, so it's probably just a timing thing. Good setups there from Honnou. Good setups there. Going for some high lows. Ends up getting hit by an actual dead angle. That's going to be it for that point. Honnou takes it. It's now 1-1. Going for it on there, trying to follow up something there. Nice counter hit, but ends up punishing a burst attempt. Nice throw setup. Another nice throw setup. Very cool. Very, very cool. I don't deserve that one. Or sorry, Woocash deserved that one. Woocash. Trying to stay out of range from those horizontal chemical loves. Stuck in the corner. There we go. You know, with Anji's big sweeping attacks, it's really hard to get around that when you're stuck in the corner. That's gonna kill. 1 point there for Woocash. Making it 2-1.
Heaven or hell. Duel. Let's rock.
Cash, get another setup here. Ooh, missed the on at the end. Nice follow-up. Can he do something to kill after this? They're both really low health. Got an overhead, but didn't do it. Wasn't able to do any sort of follow-up after it. Got another round. Nice setup there. Gonna keep Honnou in the corner. Man, he's so strong with keeping opponents in the corner. Nice attack there. Gets a guard point through that super. I mean, you gotta be really careful when you're talking to Anji. You gotta know exactly what you're doing. There you go. Nice attack there on the Fujin follow-up. Whoa, that was a cool looking combo there. And 3 different chemical loves going on. Good block setups. Man, it even caught the knot cross-up. Still ended up losing there. Man, so close. So Woocash wins 3-1. I pause this right here because, like what I said was, they ended up deciding to go first to 5, which is 5 out of 9. Now these are normally 3 out of 5. So the following is just going to kind of be fun. It's not going to count for the Kumite. I will go over after all the stats after this. It's because I want this to be one good enough solid block, so you're not going to get this kind of interrupted thing. So we're going to continue the score here up until first to 5. Again, 5 out of 9. We're currently at 3-1 in favor of Woocash. So ends up hitting with Stroke the Big Tree. Woocash uses a burst to get out. And Honnou gets a full gold burst setup there. Nice jump out, but the 5D pushed him back a little too much. Sorry, jump D, not 5D. Went for an attack through Stroke the Big Tree, but wasn't able to beat it. Nice attack there, but wasn't able to do a confirm. Still nothing. There we go. On. Back into the corner. Ooh, gets hit by the super. Not good. Oh, man. That was a burst red a mile away, but still ended up losing that round. Didn't get punished for that burst either. Anji trying to get out of the corner here. Nice Fujin to get through. trying to set up some sort of frame traps, assuming that, you know, you'd attack, but then you end up getting hit with the bird, or the butterfly. He's getting hit through another stroke the big tree. Woocash not doing too well here. That's going to make it 3-2 in Honnou's favor.
Heaven or hell. 2-1. Let's rock.
Oh, good sweeping attack there. There's one thing Anji has is big sweeping attacks. Oh, trying to keep Woocash in the corner here. Woocash not having it. Very, very bad burst. But it was a very confusing situation at the same time, so we'll give it a pass, except he just lost. Okay, stuck in the corner again. Not a good position for Woocash. Wow, perfect. Honnou's really getting his momentum back at this point. It's now 3-3. Again, first to 5. Good blocks there from Woocash. Going for a nice kick. Jumps around the note, but gets thrown. I was going to go for an on, but it was too far distance. There we go. Force break on. Yeah, nice damage. Into another on. Slightly missed with that red butterfly. Can Honnou do this, or is Woocash going to win the round? There we go. Woocash wins. Honnou getting some good combo here in the corner. Anji still trying to get some sort of guard point going on, but not quite at this point. Got hit, but wasn't able to convert. Ooh, that was going to be a throw setup. But Honnou was not having it. Going for some high-lows here. Ends up taking the round. What a comeback at this point. Honnou winning 2 games in a row after losing the 3 out of 5. Tough setup here. Honnou not falling for any of these tricks. Look at that. Nice Fujin follow-up. Back into an on. It's almost death there. Still anyone's game. Ooh, not a good follow-up, but he was able to backdash out of it. Just needs a tap here. Just one tap. Risky burst, because it was the only time you could do that burst. Ooh, man, that was close. Super clutch. Now, 4-3 in Woocash's favor. Woocash wins this one, he wins the first to 5. And if Honnou wins this one, he has one more win to get first to 5. Nice setup there. Going into an on, just keep Eno back in the corner. Alright, some good setups here. Nice stroke the big tree to go around Fujin. Honnou gets another round here. Some interesting pokes there trying to get through. Good solid counter hits there. Wasn't able to do too much off of it. Nice throw. Definitely a common Anji setup. Nice setup there. Getting more stuff in the corner. Blocks the super. Interesting burst point. This may be it right there. Oh, not quite. Ooh, anyone set up here? Oh, Honnou ends up taking that round. Woocash takes that round. All Woocash needs now is to win this one round, and he wins the first to 5. All right, Honnou takes the game there. It's now 4-4. Yeah, you know, when I think the very first attempt you did for Stroke the Big Tree, Fujin beat it. And so it looked to me like, oh, that's the answer to doing it. But then after that, every time you're doing Stroke the Big Tree, you're beating him through stuff. Nice force break setup there from Woocash. Gets hit with the super. Guard points through the note. Ooh, that was just when he can tech is the right point there. It's a big question. Honnou's 1 point away from winning his first to 5 against Woocash, and what a comeback. Oh, I had a chance to throw the burst, but didn't do it. Good blocks on Honnou's side, though. It's really not looking good for Woocash. So tap and he's dead. There we go. Ends up getting hit with the good old jump D. Ino's jump D makes you kind of fall down a little bit, and then you do your D attack, and then that's when you get hit overhead. So not very good. But that's it. Hey, we're all done. So you know what? Before we continue, I'm gonna close this off, but I'm just gonna put this little decoration there. So let me pull something up here. We'll go over all of the rest of this. Okay, so this was a 10 setup. So we had 10 different opponents for Woocash here. Woocash ended up winning against all of them except for Granola. So that means he got a set of, out of 10 people, he won 9. So total wins would be 9 out of 10. The way the score works is if you get a full 3-0 on everybody, then that's 5 points total for you. Per point, per person. So top points that you could get in this one would be 50. He ends up getting, let me see here, do the math. So he ends up getting a score of 40 out of 50 on this one. So that means that, yes, he won everything, but they ended up taking more points away by just getting wins. Like I said, if you fought, it's a 3 out of 5. So that's why there's 5 points. If you fought 10 people, then your maximum would be 50, because that's 50 points per, or 5 points per person. If you get a 3-0, that's 5 points. If you get 3-1, that's 4. 3-2 is 3, and so on. So we got a 40 out of 50. Very, very good score. 9 wins out of 10. Probably one of the best Kumites I've seen. Definitely the best Kumite we've had at EVO. But at SoCal, there's not been too many more. I think we had one for... Was it for Wing... Did we do one for WingZero, or was it Davita's specifically? Where only 2 people... Or he only lost to 2. Still very good score. One of the best I've seen. So good job, Woocash. Hopefully we can do better next time. We need to find out who we're going to do a Kumite for next year. It's a whole year away. It could be anybody. But I really don't want it to be a SoCal player. Because we could do a SoCal Kumite for anybody. For any SoCal player at any time. So I'd rather us do a Kumite for somebody who would not get that sort of opportunity. So something the community needs to brainstorm for. Whoever's going to be showing up, we can do it for. Like if Mahoko were to show up, for example, a Mahoko Kumite would be awesome. If we have a Japanese player who shows up who wants to talk about it, we will definitely do a Japanese player Kumite if they're up for it. But in any case, good job, Honnou. Honnou wins. Right, that's how it goes. Again, score was 9 out of 10 for wins, and then 40 out of 50 points. Good job, Woocash. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night for tonight. There's quite a lot of editing I need to finish. We are going to be putting the Dr. Stormlocke Kumite up. I think I'll have that up tomorrow night. I'm almost done with it. And then I'll put up the Woocash Kumite pretty soon afterwards. This Thursday, we're going to be commentating on the B-Sides tournament that we had just after EVO. That one we had like 17 entrants for, so that one's a pretty strong turnout, a pretty strong tournament too. And there's a lot more catching up I need to do. Like I have my first to 50 that I did against Mike Z. I'm not commentating that. not a first to 50. First off, I'm terrible at commentating my own matches. I kind of watch. And it's like, ooh, okay, I need to do this more. I don't think about it out loud. But also, it wasn't a very pleasant first to 50 against Mike. So, I will be uploading that on my channel as well, the first to 50, but we'll get to that too. I was just so much catching up to do. Still almost done with EVO as far as all the video footage is concerned. There's all of this. I need to render these together, and I think we're just about done. So, with that, I will call it a night. I'll see you guys on Thursday when we're doing our SoCal tournament locals. And until then, rock on.